Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Cuppa. It's Friday, or as we like to say here, Friday. So come on in, share with me what your yay is today and what that's all about. I'm going to share this. So, asking anyone who's finding it to please do the same. Just share it out. And let's see if we can get the peas in here today to celebrate. Finding it on Facebook. Here it is. Yay. That's a yay. So come on in and help me share. Say hello when you come in so I'll know that you're here. And I'll share it to some groups. Okay. And if you happen to see it on YouTube, share that. Share it with people that you know would appreciate coming on to see it. So, welcome, welcome. I'm going to go on to YouTube and see if I can share it to my friend Prochetta. I'm hoping that she'll come on when she gets off of her phone call. Maybe she'll come and say hello. See if I can find it here on my account. I did find it. Okay. So let me just share this. If I can find the share button. Hi, Kathy Hand. Hi, Leo. Oh, so good to have you here. Good morning, Deirdre. All right, I'm still trying this on YouTube. Okay, here's the share. Okay, I sent it to Prochetta, so maybe she can share it to the ones who don't do Facebook, and they might want to come on and say hello to everyone. And who else we got? Michelle, welcome. Thank you for being here, Michelle Moreau. So let's start out in our heart. The heart, the breath is the connection. So we breathe into our lungs and expand that into our heart center. And then from there, we just drift up to the universe, up and out. So breathing in love and breathing out love. Breathe in peace and breathe out peace. Breathe in joy and put a smile on your face and breathe that out into the world. Doesn't that feel good? And now we add in those affirmations that we have been doing for quite a while. I am enough. I am worthy. Miracles happen to me every day. I am a miracle magnet. I am healthy. I am abundant. I love myself. And then give that big heart hug to whoever you want to give it to. We've been doing this for 270 days. Thank you, Deirdre, for that information. So glad that you're keeping track of that. And you can say them all day long, whenever you think about it throughout the day. Just say, I am worthy. If a negative thought tries to come in and tell you anything different, nope, I am worthy. I am enough. I deserve every good and wonderful thing that can come my way. When you do that, it's changing your brain, it's changing your mindset to a more positive way of looking at life and a positive way of thinking. Excuse me. So, these affirmations that we do are very powerful and they're going to help. The more you do them, the more you get into that mindset and know that you have a tool to turn to. You can use that tool anytime, anywhere, and in any situation. All right, so it's Friday. We share our yays on this day. You know, I started with the angel's nudge. I started sharing every day a wonderful memory from this month. Um, Mostly it has to do with India, since that's where I'm at the moment. I'm in New Delhi, India, with my good friend Pracheta, and hoping that she'll come in and at least say hello to you all. I know she's very busy right now. Um, so today was a different kind of day. It was a day of rest, but I also met some new people, and there's something very exciting that's going to happen this coming Sunday here at Pracheta's house. We're going to do a satsang, and what that involves is people gathering just to worship, just to offer up praise for everything, for love, for life, for joy. And so these two ladies that came by today, I had just gotten up because I had a late night. And so I slept in a little bit and I wasn't looking my best. I wasn't fully awake and aware. But as soon as they said hello and these big smiles on their face that just exuded love, I came alive and I just wanted to be in their presence after that. So that was a big yay for me today to know that whatever state of mind I'm in, it can change in a heartbeat when someone is showing love, when someone is welcoming. And so I just stayed up from there. I stayed in that high vibration. And I think I actually finished my lesson for this coming Wednesday. Next Wednesday is the angel class, and it's on Archangel Metatron. So he did a lot of work with me today to help me get that together. So I'll be recording it because your 7 o'clock in the evening is very early for me in the morning. So I'm going to record the information. Maybe I'll have Pracheta as my student listening to me as I teach about Metatron and get her feedback on that. So share your yay. What is your yay for this day? And hello, Julie Kiss. So glad you're here. Oh, Deirdre, I love that. Your heart hug goes to Pracheta. Yes, absolutely. She is an amazing host, just amazing. There's no pressure. So if we do something, we do it. If we plan something and it doesn't work out, that's okay too. It's just a very easy flow here in India. And the one of the things that I so love about my whole experience, I've been here 3 weeks on Sunday, and what I have learned and experienced is that God is at the center of everything. I love that. When you have a conversation with somebody, it's not about the weather, it's not complaining about politics or the state of the world. It's all about God and how we can live our life to really show that. And when we do that, when we have God as the very center of everything we do, even the food we eat and the blessings we offer for that food, it makes a huge difference. I see it on the roadways. You all have heard me talk about the roads and the driving. I could not drive here. I'll just make that statement. I could not drive here. Maybe if my life depended on it and I absolutely had to, I think the angels would help. But it is it's a very interesting thing to observe. And as I observe it, I know that I wouldn't do well because I'm a very organized person and the roads are not organized. The traffic is not organized. People just kind of do their own thing. They go where they want to go. They do follow left and right. So you have to be on the left side of the road here, where in the States, you would be on the right side of the road to move that direction. So it's a lot to take in, but just observing the generosity of people and allowing others to merge in when they need to merge in, not getting upset with somebody because they honk their horn. There's a lot of horn honking going on here. When I've been out on the road for an hour or so and finally get to where I'm going, I'm like, thank you. Thank you that the horn honking stopped. So that happens if somebody needs to be over, if they are indicating that they're moving in a certain direction, they honk the horn and then they go. And everybody just plays along. Everybody is very courteous and generous. And I know that's because there's such a deep belief in respecting each other. And I've really come to see that here in India. Good morning, Brandy. Oh my goodness, Julie Kiss, -2 below zero. So glad you get to go to Florida. And I should be coming back into the States in January. And I do believe I'll be coming down to Florida. I have some more dental work to do there. So maybe I'll get to see you on my way south. Brandy, good morning. Annie, good morning to you and to Grayson. And how is everybody doing? So let's hear some more yays. What is your yay today? What have you got to celebrate and to be grateful for? What have you noticed in your own life if you have chosen to live like what I was describing, that instead of complaining, you praise, instead of thinking about something that's not good, you think about what is good, and you think about your own journey, your spiritual journey, and how you put the Creator first in your life. So I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your comments. Kathy, you got 25 and light snow. I saw a video from our Jean up in Vermont. She has lots of snow for everybody. So I don't think anybody needs any. She's got plenty to share around. And the horses, I don't think are real happy being out in that snow. So I think she was taking them into the barn when she made that video. Deirdre, you've got 21 degrees in Staten Island. Oh, wow. All right, darling. Well, at least you've got some sunshine, right? So hopefully it'll lighten up a little bit. So anyway, I am so glad to be here with you on this Friday. I had to stop and think of what day it was before I came on, and it is Friday. The time here is flying by. It is going so fast. And before I know it, we're going to be catching a plane to go to Goa, another part of India that's on, I believe, the southwest side. And I did hear just today, Pracheta informed me that they have come out with a statement that we will be able to fly. There's been a lot of upheaval here with the airlines and planes being grounded and a lot of restrictions and stipulations. So we did hear today that we will be able to take that trip and we'll be able to spend Christmas with Prachir and his family. Good morning, Tony and Sally. So good to have you here. And Brandy, you've got 16 degrees. It's a heat wave. I know, right? Brandy, I am worthy. I am enough. Miracles and happiness happen to me every day. I just love your affirmations. I love that you are keeping up with them and you're doing them. Even when we don't see you on here, I know that you're doing the affirmations. Good morning, Linda Lemieux. You're probably one of the warmest of all the peas down in Florida. I haven't seen Jennifer come on. I'm sure she's probably the warmest down in Miami. So anyway, it's so good to see everybody and to be here with you. So would you like story time? I can certainly pull the story up that the angels shared last night. And it was about the moon. Oh, that's what I wanted to find out. Did any of you do a full moon ceremony last night? Or at least think about the things that you want to let go of, that you want to call into you, and really manifest with the power of this supermoon. And I know that the energy of the moon, when it's full, lasts for like 6 days. So 3 days before the actual event, where it's the highest peak of that full moon, and then 3 days after, you still get the high effects of that moon. So if you didn't get to do it last night, take advantage, do it tonight. Just sit and figure out what it is that you want to release to that moon energy and what you want to call to you. What do you want to manifest? This is a great, great time to start thinking about that. Right, Deirdre? We looked out and saw it. It was so beautiful. And the moon ceremony that Pracheta and I did, which I had written out for you all and shared, it was beautiful. We both felt lighter. We felt like there was an actual release of what we gave to the fire. We did burn it. We had incense going. We had candles going. It was wonderful. Michelle Landers, good morning. And Kathy, so grateful for my coworker friend Ashley for making sure our laboratory keeps running smoothly and efficiently since our manager's passing. I'm so glad. I know that's going to be a challenge, but I know that you all are up for it. Oh, Susie Koff. Hello, darling. Thank you for being on. All right, so I saw a yes to story time. Thank you, Deirdre. And the story is called The Supermoon of Courage. So let me get that where I can see it to read it. The quote, I have a plane coming over, so give me a minute. That was a really big one. The quote is from Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore is very well known here in India. Let me not pray to be sheltered from dangers, but to be fearless in facing them. Today was a good day because I chose it to be so. Here in India, the dawn greeted me earlier than I expected. Wrapped in a kind of gentle freshness that whispered, begin again. I sat quietly and listened. India speaks in a language of sound, unfamiliar, enchanting, ancient. My ears strain at first to name what they're hearing, yet somehow The rhythm feels strangely familiar. Even the low roar of planes overhead echoes the trains of my childhood. The clatter of metal and movement, the soundtrack of simpler days. I have studied India through Yogananda's stories for years, but to live in the vibration of the land itself is something entirely different. It is if my soul recognizes it, as if some long ago version of me once called this place home. This month, I vowed to create one beautiful memory each day. Tonight's memory was written under a radiant full supermoon, bright, powerful, and undeniably alive. My friend Prachetta and I shared a release ceremony, honoring the moon in the way I've taught many times before. Together, we let go of what no longer serves and called in what is meant for our highest good. Incense curled through the room like ancient prayers. Intentions burned into ash. Gratitude filled every breath. Later in the evening, I met a new friend who spoke to me of the brilliant soul, Rabindranath Tagore. When I saw his picture, something within me stirred, a deep remembrance. His face felt known to me, as if from a dream or a lifetime beyond this one. I could almost hear his voice. There are no coincidences, only divine intersections, only puzzle pieces of our souls remembering coming into place. And so I continue this journey, honoring India, honoring peace, and honoring the fearless expansion of my own spirit. Dear angels, how do we cultivate fearlessness as we walk our sacred path? Another airplane. Dear ones, fearlessness is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to walk forward with love as your companion. When you face uncertainty, we walk beside you. When you step into new lands, new experiences, or new versions of yourself, the divine breath flows through you, steadying your heart. To be fearless does not mean to be immune to trembling. It means you remember that you are guided even while you tremble. Every soul who crosses your path, every whisper of intuition, every blessing carried by the wind is part of your unfolding. You are not here to be sheltered from life, but awakened through it. Each challenge shapes you, each revelation expands you. Each moment you choose love over fear, the world becomes a little brighter. Call upon us not to remove the obstacles, but to illuminate the path. Call upon us not to quiet the world, but to amplify your inner strength. Call upon us not for escape, but for courage, divine, unwavering, holy. Walk bravely, dear one. You are never walking alone. The angels whisper, let your heart breathe courage. Fear melts in the presence of the light you carry. So today, I promise to walk fearlessly, remembering that as I released what I do not need, God has blessed me with what will propel me forward on my journey. Hello, Miss Grace Isis.
Hello, Teri. What a wonderful story. Thank
Ah,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Gracie. Thank you for jumping in here with me.
You're welcome. I didn't know that you. What a wonderful surprise. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, I just came back from dropping my car off. Good morning, Deidre. And I said, let me jump on for.
Yes. And we have Kelly Buck back with us. Thank you, Kelly, for jumping in here on YouTube every day. We really appreciate you as a new member of our family. And Susikov says Tagore is one of my favorite poets. Are
Yes,
you familiar with him, Gracie?
I have a few of his sayings. Yes, I do. I have come across him when I was getting into what's his name, Rumi, and
Hmm.
but he's from India, and with my Yogananda. Yeah,
Yes.
he has great poems, and they make a lot of sense. He's
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was diving in last night after I had a discussion with a new friend who introduced me to Tagore because I
Hmm.
was not familiar with
Yes,
him. So I'm learning all kinds of things here in India. And
yeah,
yeah. Hi, Sally. Sally just joined in with us.
and
And Catherine Kovacs, welcome.
Sally
Yes.
says, "Oh, Sally got her results back from her MRI."
Yes.
Good.
Sally, I'm glad that they figured out what it is that's been causing you all that pain and inability to have fluid movement. So
Wow.
we know that that now you can move forward and get things taken care of.
Good morning, Deidre. Thank you. So Terry, how did you feel when you were introduced to Tagore?
Oh my gosh, Gracie, like I
Yes,
said in the writing,
yes,
as soon as I saw his picture and I looked into his eyes, I said, I know you. It was like my soul just recognized him. And I've I've really felt for a while that I had a life here in
mm-hmm.
India because so many things are familiar. And, as soon as I discovered the food
Yes,
in America, I haven't been able to really delve into it much here, but
mm-hmm.
in America, eating some of the dishes, it felt right. It felt like I was supposed to be eating that.
Yes,
So I know I will be able to here. It's just my body's taking a little long to adapt to everything.
yes,
And and then being a little tired from the travel. I've been
yes.
here though almost 3 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks on Sunday, Gracie, if you can believe that.
I thought it was like, okay, Terry, you still have a week, or you've just been there a week. That's wonderful. And Terry, this message was very interesting, and it really, I know, resonated with me, especially about reminding us of this journey. What are we here to do?
Hmm.
We keep getting caught up with all the all the other people's creations, and
Right.
forgetting about ours. And you can participate in them, but you also have to know what it is, to know when to step back, like
Hmm.
your soul is full. That, I think, is a very hard thing to do sometimes.
It is.
Hmm.
Yeah, it really is. We have the compassionate heart, so we want people to be well.
Yes,
Just
yes,
like Sally, we've been praying for her and pulling for her and wanting her to be at a point where she can move like she used to be able to move without pain. And we want people to be well. We want to fix people. That's
yes,
our nature, right, Gracie? We want to
yes,
we want to fix what we see as quote wrong. But
yes.
Spirit says each of us are here on our own journey. So
Right.
maybe if we're jumping in, we are interfering instead of fixing. And
Yes.
so the angels have said many times there's nothing to fix. Each of us is carrying whatever it is that we chose to come here to experience and to go through to learn our lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a talking stick ceremony. I think you've experienced that,
Yes,
Gracie.
I have.
Um, but when someone has the talking stick, it's a time for them to explore. It's a
Mm.
time to release whatever is on your heart, whatever wants to come up. The stick
Yes,
will tell you what to say.
yes,
And for many, they want to go wrap their arms around that person. Maybe there's tears
yes,
flowing, and so they want to console them.
yes,
And the tradition, as the indigenous have taught this particular ceremony, is to allow. You
yes,
don't break that moment when that person is purging or releasing what it is that needs to come up from them. You just allow, you hold that sacred space. You
yes,
let them have their talk and have their moment to really share.
mm,
Afterward, of course, we can hug, we can console, but during that time of release is when we need to walk it alone. And
yes,
that can be difficult to watch. It's difficult to stand by and watch somebody that's in pain work through their pain and work through especially if it's emotional pain or
mhm,
mental pain, to just watch them go through it, and then we can wrap our arms around them. We can share the love for them.
Thank you, Cherry, for telling us that, because I also feel I'm right now. I'll give you an example. There's a guest who came to stay at the hotel, and she was a long term, and because she came because her daughter was having an operation, they found that she had throat cancer or something of the sort. And I would see her, and she was very flustered. But in my own way, I asked her, "How are you doing? How are things going?" And she was okay, and the operation went well. But towards the end, she told me, she said, "Grace, I don't feel very well today." I said, "Oh, what is the problem?" Because her daughter doesn't want her nurturing and her caring for her
Hmm.
friend to come in. So the mother was like, "So why am I here?" And so you why I brought that up is because I let her talk about that. I wanted to hug and say, "It's okay, that's children," but I stepped back and said, "Go through
Hmm.
that motion," and I listened. And then I told her, well, that this is her journey.
Hmm.
It's her journey, and she's grateful that you're there. But let her bring in what she needs.
Yes.
And it was very hard, but she understood, and she
Yeah.
was able to extend her stay, but she reduced it. And that's what the message is here: is those who are there trembling.
Hmm.
So you have to allow them to go through that. It's like the earthquake. Let
Yes.
tremor, and then come down, and there'll be aftershocks. But thank you, Terry, for that.
Yeah.
And
And, Gracie, it reminds me also when somebody is grieving,
yes,
and many people have a hesitancy to be around somebody who's grieving because I don't know what to say,
yes,
right? I hear that so much. I don't know
mhm,
what to say. You don't have to say anything.
nothing.
Just your presence, just being there, holding that space and showing them with your actions that
Yes,
you care. That's the big thing. And that's what the talking stick is doing, is showing with your actions, that I'm here for you, I'm holding you, even though I'm not touching you, I'm holding you.
right.
So yeah, it's big when we
It,
have to just hold on for a minute, right? We're such impatient people. We want
yeah.
it and we want it now.
But, and Terry, what about, how do you know when the lesson's over? Because it says over here, every soul who crosses your path, every whisper of intuition, every blessing carried by the wind is part of your unfolding. You are not here to be sheltered from life, but awakened through it. Each challenge shapes you. Each revelation expands you. Each moment choose. Each moment you choose love over fear, the world becomes a little brighter. When do you know we know that when certain things are not, when there's no more synchronicity, when how can we, because there's a lot of fear too, when things are not
Mhm.
going right, even a marriage, and you're like, sometimes I always say marriage is just, we're just being guardians, we're being guardians for that person that we were told to
Mhm.
be guardians. But also God can say, now you've evolved, you've grown, now split. We don't
Right.
want that. But how do we, other than the pokes, and I guess you just,
Well,
I don't know what I'm asking.
Gracie, for me, it's a piece.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I've been through some very hard
Mm-hmm.
lessons in this lifetime, some hard experiences. And there were times when I couldn't talk about some of those experiences. I couldn't mention them even without falling apart and crying, and sometimes not even being able to share anything about the experience. So for me, I know that it's when I can finally share, when I can
Oh,
finally say that name, or know in my heart that I don't harbor any ill feelings against somebody who has done something, or there might be a grief that I went through, and I can now smile about that person that's in spirit. For me, it's that kind of peace.
yes.
It's saying I've gone through the fire, I've walked over the hot coals,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm recovering. I don't think we ever fully recover
Yeah.
from a loss.
Yes.
That's something that we come to terms with, and
Mm-hmm.
we're able to look at it for what it is and for the lesson that it showed us. But when someone is trying to share something with you and they're just, tears are flowing, or they're stuttering, or they just can't talk about a situation or a person, they're still deep in that grief process, or they haven't come to terms with forgiveness,
Mm-hmm.
which is huge because, we hurt people. That's what we do as humans. Sometimes we do it without even knowing that we're hurting them. We're not aware that our words, touch something, or they took it a certain way.
Right.
And many times people hurt us, either intentionally or unintentionally.
Yes.
So forgiveness clears that slate. It
Mm-hmm.
cleans off any ill feeling, anything that might come up for us that is going to cause us to have that lower vibration energy about us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say forgiveness is so important,
Yes.
because until we really walk through that and
Mm-hmm.
look at ourselves, it's not about that person.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not about who hurt you or who you hurt. It's about yourself, and saying, I want this energy cleared. I want it totally where at the end of the day, I'm not going to look back with regrets. I'm
Yes.
not going to hold this anger in my heart. I'm not going to hold this hurt, because it's only hurting me. It's not hurting that other person.
Mm.
So I hope that answered your question at least a little bit.
Yes, it did, Terry. It did. And yeah, I thank you so much because I think, Terry, sorry, I'm just going to delve back into the, 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 the story because it says, call upon us not to remove the obstacles, but to illuminate the path. I think we should remember
Mhm.
this. Call upon us not to quiet the world, but to amplify your inner strength. Call upon us not for escape, but for courage, divine, unwavering, holy. Oh, Terry, thank you. Because yeah, I'm also finding that sometimes when my pattern is ending, I look at mine as a pattern of two. So I know by the second year I'm getting itchy feet. Oh, I'm getting antsy. So when I have no very low tolerance of no, then I said to Terry that I might snap or bark at somebody and I'm excited. That didn't come out very nice, but I'm able to remember to say grace, pay attention,
Mhm. Right.
be aware. But thank you, Terry, and forgive me. This was a
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful story.
Yeah, it was very deep, as they have been doing while I'm here in this land.
Yeah.
It is a land of deep spiritual energy. So, of course, the angels are taking all messages just a little deeper while I'm here. And I think that will continue after I leave this place, even because I know that I'm going to be different when I leave here.
But Terry, you have a glow. You're different. I have another quick question.
Yeah.
So, Terry, since we are sensitives and we understand that we're energy, how are you dealing with the crowds or the masses? Because there are times when I walk onto 34th Street and I fell because in my mind I was like, "There's too much energy," and I literally fell. How is it there?
You know,
But it's
Gracie,
uh,
it's very different
yeah,
being in a crowd of people here
yeah,
as opposed to the United States or even Egypt, where I was recently.
uh-huh,
And I think the key is, as I said earlier in this broadcast,
mhm,
God is at the center here.
yeah,
God is at the center. And so people are more respectful, they're more
mhm,
compassionate, they're more loving. Um, Everyone is just so welcoming. So the energy, as I feel into it, I feel that.
mhm,
And there's been many, many times that I've been in crowds in the States, especially,
yeah,
where you don't feel that. You just feel some of the lower vibration energy, impatience,
yeah,
especially impatience, entitled attitudes. I was in line first,
yeah,
and
yes,
it's very rare. It does happen, but it's very rare for people to let someone else go ahead of them or
mhm,
to give up a seat for someone to sit in or
yes,
to help someone up off a sidewalk or
yes,
upstairs. Here, it's just a given. It's a
yes,
given.
yes,
You
mhm,
you give of yourself, however that looks, by helping out somebody else. So it's very different feeling into the energy here because of that spiritual component to it, because it is very blessed and very
yes.
beautiful to be in that energy.
Oh, thank you, Terry. Thank you. Thank you for the
I want to
people.
say hi to Pat
Yes,
Moss came in, Andrea came in, our darling Blue Jean. I mentioned you earlier.
and Dixie came in, Dixie Cunningham, and Linda was responding to. Uh, she took a Reiki class. She did that.
Oh, awesome. And Linda, I saw your message that you've finally forgiven my
Yes,
person and moving forward through spirituality and remote viewing. I'm so happy to hear that. Because I know, Linda, I know you went through a really tough time with that.
mm,
And like I said, and I've always said, forgiveness is not about that person. Forgiveness is the energy you're holding inside of you. So if you can look at it that way, when there's someone that, you've got that feeling about that, maybe there was some bad energy between you or bad words or just a bad situation. It's not about that person. And I don't even feel like you have to say to that person, I forgive you, because you're not forgiving them. You are
that's it.
forgiving the energy that
Yes,
you held as that happened. How did you respond? How did you react to the situation and to that person? So forgiveness really is all about you.
and the energy. And oh, Dee said that she did the talking stick with you, and it
Yes, you
says yeah,
did.
it helps us to remember ourselves.
Yeah, we did it at one of the retreats.
Yeah, was it the one up in Vermont?
I think we did it in Vermont.
I
Yeah,
think so too. Yes,
pretty
I
sure we did. Yeah.
yes.
And
Wonderful.
Linda, I'm so happy that you're taking that course. I was talking to someone about you just the other day
Hmm.
and your skills and how much I appreciate you, and knowing that you have that when we need to find a beloved animal or keys or something that's been misplaced.
Or person, because the blue jean had a
Mhm.
request, and Linda said, "I'm on it." Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, Jean says, "I had
Oh my
lots."
gosh, it is zero outside in the barn. Oh, those poor horses.
Jean sent her a brilliant video, and she was walking up to the horses. I loved that, Jean. In the bush, like, "Are you guys ready to come in?"
I loved it.
I did.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Terry, how did the ceremony go? Your full moon release, and
Oh, it
thank you.
was wonderful, just wonderful. We did take time to write out what we wanted to let go of and
Yes.
what we wanted to call into us.
Mhm.
And we gave honor to the directions, to all four directions, as well as to Mama Gaia and to Grandmother Moon and the
Mhm.
heavens and God. And then we burned our what we had written. We burned it to ash and disposed of it in water. And it was just blessed. It was so blessed. Lots of
Thank
gratitude and lots of lightness from
you.
releasing all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did mine by with me here, and I did the same thing. And I actually, as Kathy said, use your stove. So I used my stove, and when I put it in the sink, put the ashes in there and wash them down with water.
Yeah.
But Terry, I
Yes.
you had mentioned in the notes, feel the release,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes.
you, as Neville says, your intentions you need to feel,
Mm-hmm.
because it's all about feeling to raise your vibration. And
Feel it real. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I felt very light. And then at 4 o'clock, the moonlight just woke me up because it.
Wasn't it beautiful though?
Oh goodness! When I was coming from work, I looked up and it was so close, and it was
Mm-hmm.
so huge.
Yeah.
So thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yeah. It's a
Terry.
beautiful moon. And I can't wait to see it again. It's probably out there right now. Just haven't looked out the window.
Oh, you better go look for it. So
Yeah. So, Gracie, it is prayer time. I know that Deirdre has given us a prayer as well as Brandy and I think Sally.
there, yes. Prayers for the lost and lonely, for those who feel forgotten or abandoned, for our troops, and for those who are homeless, for all who live in fear of another, and for our entire P family. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, for that. I was scrolling back to see if I could find Deirdre's.
Yes. And I know Brandy's is for all those, what is it, affected by suicide and what's the other, dementia of any kind. And
Mm-hmm.
adds in for the caregivers to look after them.
Yes.
Julie Kiss prayers for all in need.
And if you all have any to add to it, I did mention yesterday a mutual friend of myself and Dr. Ruth Anderson. Her son is really in need of our prayers right now, and he is in ICU and
Oh,
very concerned about him. His
Kate,
name is
Kate,
Case. So
Kate.
please keep him lifted in your prayers. I heard from Ruth last night, and
Yes.
yeah, they're hoping that he doesn't go into sepsis. So
Oh, oh,
please keep
oh,
him
oh,
in your prayers. Yeah, it's very dire right now.
oh. We
Uh,
will, and we have Charlie, and also um, Hope Wellington had mentioned that I think her mother had the same thing.
mhm. Her mother had surgery. Yes. So we're
The
praying for her.
same.
Um, and
We
thank you
shall.
for answered prayers for the airlines that Prachetta and I will be able to go see Goofy
Oh my
and the rest of the family at Christmas time.
dear.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and prayers for India. There's a lot going on right now politically, and just prayers for the safety of this country. Yeah, it's sometimes it can be a hotbed. So
And I
keeping
think
everyone in
yes,
prayer.
and prayers too for America. You know,
Yes.
we're also going through our rough waters, and
Hmm.
more places in the world. I think we need the prayers. And also for those who are feeling uh, left out because of the Christmas season. They may have their jobs, but they're like, okay, so Christmas, I'm alone. And also, Terry, I'd like to put a special prayer for the season, the reason for the season, wherein
Hmm.
in Advent is the time of the anticipation. and
Right.
the waiting for the birth and the Christ. And if you listen clearly, I mean, carefully, you might hear Gabriel telling you stuff.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. And Deidre's prayers, prayer for all humans, Gaia and all who live on her back, world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, our troops, the USA, our India family, and Terry's she forgot and Terry's family and any traveling people. Thank you, Deidre.
Thank you. And Blue has asked prayers for those in the cold. Yeah, I always think this time of year about the animals.
Yeah.
She said, all animals, great and small, all people in need during this cold snap. Prayers for Dave, not feeling well. So, and Dave works outside in this weather. He's also one that goes out and clears the roadway of the snow when that happens. So, definitely keeping Dave in our prayers. Lots to pray for right now, and lots of blessings also. So
Yeah.
let's remember as we lift our prayers up to the Creator that we also mention the gratitude for answered prayers. All right. So, God, thank you. Thank you for everyone who gathered today. Thank you for these prayers that have been lifted up. Thank you for this family that is caring and giving and that keeps God at the center of all that we do as we gather together. The compassion that's shown here, the love for each other, the care and concern when there are things that are going on. We thank you for being part of such a loving family. We pray for peace on our earth everywhere. And thank you that there are those who are working to bring more peace into the world where they are at. Thank you for that. And God, we just bless you. We honor you as the giver of all life, the giver of all miracles. And we know that you have heard our prayers and that you are blessing each one for the best and highest good in each situation. We honor you and thank you and love you. Amen and amen. And Om Shanti, Om Peace. What a great time together today. Thank you all who came in for a Friday. Thank you. I love you. Those are our words. And Leo had asked earlier when I would be in Florida. I'm leaving the UK, I think on the 18th. Leo, I'll get you more information as it gets closer. And I know what the airlines are doing and if they're going to allow flights to take off when they need to.
Morning, Earthlings! It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on!
Come on, come on.
It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. One on the peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full.
Go, Leo, go.
Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. top here. The coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of
Right. There really is no secret.
There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow.
Ow.
AAA.
There you go.
Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of joy.
Woo! Woohoo, as Michelle says.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Peas, and thank you, Gracie, so much for being here with me today.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you, Peace, for all the love. I get a whole dose and it helps me.
Yes. Have a blessed day, everyone. Stay in your hearts, and
Stay blessed.
that's right. Love you all. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.